thoughts on the game?
Thoughts on the game. Well, I can't have thoughts on the game without thinking of this team all year, and I think they've just been really remarkable. I think one of the biggest things I've talked about from early on in the year is the way they handle the ball. Our assist to turnover ratio has really been unreal, and I mean that. I don't know of another team, and sometimes we as coaches we can kind of get in the moment so much, but I just know the numbers, and they've just been really off the chart. And so I thought the whole matchup tonight for us was a couple things. One, we had to do what we wanted to do on defense that we knew we could do. We knew we were going to have a lot of problems on the boards, but we would do the best we could. But we knew we could do certain things. We could take away certain things from them, and we did. And then offensively, I thought it was a really big matchup between their great press and our really exceptional ball handling. And we really did a fantastic job. We were a little shaky for us in the first half. I think just the nature of everything, trying to get used to it, because you can watch film, you can study it, but then the live, there's that next 20% where now these adjustments and the game plan really takes its final shape. I think you can have 80% of a game plan, and then that last 20 is what's on the floor. And but I think once we got to halftime, I thought we came out and just had an unreal third quarter. And unfortunately, my man Cy over there started to cramp up because he had an unreal, he was really starting to see things beautifully. Doing what he does is making a score, finding an open guy. So that's kind of my comments. I hate to hog the stage from these guys, because these guys are the ones that make it work. You know, it doesn't work unless they work. And they have done that, and it's just been unreal, the starting five. 3 years, 2 years ago, these guys were beaten on a last-second shot in the state semis. I mean, really, really a heartbreaking loss, but you know, we didn't make excuses about it, and last year we won it this year. So that's these five guys. It's just remarkable what they have done. Now, of course, we had other guys doing that, but these guys were the core of setting the tone and stuff, and just been an incredible run.
Questions?
Coach, how did you win this game on three-point shooting? You hit 10 of them.
Well, we can shoot. I mean, you know, that's been our thing all year. Is we got five guys. My thinking was, and we've said this a bunch of times, right, guys? If we pass the ball well, we will get open looks, and if we get open looks, we'll score a lot of points. And that's what I really believe. I mean, you're not going to make every shot, but all I wanted them to do was, one, let's get that extra pass, let's get that really good shot, and then just take it. And, you know, just take it, because I think they would tell you there's been very few times, and I don't think tonight was one of them where I said, hey, you know, on that shot. Maybe a few times during the course of the year, but not much, because they were great at shot selection. And so that was kind of our thinking was, we get the extra pass, we'll get looks, we will score. I mean, we will score. We had no doubt about that. So that's what we thought.
Michael, I got to ask you, how valuable was it to have the experience of coming here last year and over the years to be in this point?
I think it was good, because last year I was like getting the feel of, well, my freshman year I was getting the feel of it. That my sophomore year, it was just like, I was still feeling it, but I was like more used to it. And then this year I was just like, this is none.
Along those same lines, Cy, can you speak to just your confidence level, how much it has grown, not only this year, but really at this stage, this point in the season as well?
Yeah, I've been playing ball my whole life, so like he said, this is nothing to me. I've been playing the championship games all my life, so yeah.
So you won the championship last year. I imagine you came in here like Mike Kell, you guys won it, you could compete with them. At what point in the game did you feel like we can not only compete, but we can beat them? Was it early in the game, halftime? When did you say, all right, we're going to win this game, or we can win this game?
Warm-ups. Coming into this game, we wasn't going to be scared because of the size and then we've been playing taller people the whole season. So, yeah, warm-ups.
How about you, Mike Kell? Was there a moment in the game where you felt like you had the advantage as a team, or you could pull this out, win this game?
I thought before the game we was going to beat them, because that's just our mindset. We're not scared of nobody. We're going to play. We're going to play anybody in the state. That's just what it is.
So that was a big third quarter for you. What did you start to see there in that period?
First half, my shot wasn't going, so I had to change it up and start driving.
Coach, you've had so many great teams here at Northside over the years. Well, what has made this core so special? You mentioned, 2 years ago, a buzzer beating loss in the semis. What has made them so special to not only come back from that to win back-to-back, to have that target on their back night after night? What's made this
I
team so
think
special?
one of the things that makes them so special is, whether we were, and we knew it, some games we were, whether we were a big favorite or we were knowing it was going to be a very, very tough game, like today coming into it, but they never overlooked anybody. They came out ready to play. I never had the feeling like, wow, they're not treating this special. And to me, that is a really great thing as a coach. You can just count on guys to just bring it hard every night. And we were still talking about the same things before this game that we talked about in game one, about who we are and what we do and what we wanted to do on defense and push the ball and take shots when we got them. We're not, and these guys, these guys over here, these three other guys, talk about some big shots. Big shots by Nick, DJ, and then Kai, who hadn't had as many good looks there. It's just been unreal for us all year. He gets two big ones in the fourth there, right? Was it 2 or 3? Yeah. Those were they were huge shots though. And DJ, he was mixed up on the line out there. I was trying to tell him that. But, they just did a great job. And I think Kel and Cy do so well at finding guys to create. They're our creators. They find guys, get them those shots there.
Coach, what do you tell your guys after what happened in the fourth quarter to help them kind of keep a level head? And what was your vantage point from the whole thing?
I think that both teams are really just competing very hard. It's I think that what we wanted to do is to finish the game. We wanted to make those foul shots and finish it. But there's, both teams are really, really playing hard, and I got a lot of respect for how hard they play.
DJ and Nick, you guys had the big guys down low. How did you prepare for that? Those guys were so big and physical, and you handled them. You really got physical.
Well, the whole week we were working on boxing out, and that was really big, and just matching their physicality. Those are two physical guys, and they're big, so that was what we were working on, just matching their physicality.
Like Coach said, we've seen big guys the whole year, so we've been preparing for it the whole season. We just knew we couldn't be nervous going to this game, that we were going to have to be big if we were going to win the boards and win the game.
Kai, one question for you. The games leading up to this, you were hitting all the big shots. You were really on fire in the playoffs or whatever. Your shot has really come around. Talk about, that mindset of taking the shot.
Just like my guys said, we've been playing basketball our whole entire life. It's just confidence. We put in the work, we put in the hours, so we know when we walk across the lines, we're not worried about anything. You just need a hoop.
Yeah, Kai, if you remember last year we were down 3 against Hopewell. In the last couple minutes there, he hit a 3 to tie the game there. He's hit so many clutch shots for us, but I always feel like when we're getting those guys shots, I feel like we're really about to open up on offense. And I think that's what happened in the third. And all of a sudden, part of the reason Cy had some of those beautiful drives was they were staying home on some shooters. But that's kind of how we do it. And if they wouldn't have done it, then he would have found a guy because he gets a lot of assists too, besides scoring points.
Hey, Si, if you could talk about just the mentality of coming back and defending your championship. Just talk about that mentality.
Oh yeah, I don't know if they knew, but we won last year. We won last year, and we had the mentality to win again, and that's what we did, back to back.
For any of the guys, can you talk a little bit about when you see Nick in there against 2 6'8" guys? I think he came in with 41 charges on the season, and he sacrifices his body, gets an early charge. How much do you all feed off of that and those type of plays?
It's big out here, and we don't take him for granted. We love him to death. We understand that we can play defense. We play hard defense, so there's occasions when our man gets by, but we know Nick's right behind us to take a charge. He's not worried about it at all, and he sacrifices by. It means a lot to us.
And I don't think it was 40-something this year. I think it was in the 50s this year. He's probably over 90.
He's got 90. I'm at 89 right now.
Let's go back out there. We need 30 minutes. Let's go back out there.
I was going to say, let's recount.
I got charged number 6.
Did you have one tonight or two?
Yep, well, I had one.
That was a beautiful one, though.
I had two. That's all right.
Yeah, you're
Tell me when you
gonna
get
have to take over it next year.
But Coach, doesn't that speak to the championship mindset? Because teams get threes and dunks, but those things win championships, don't they?
Well, it's not my saying, but I believe in it 100%, and that is little things win games, little things lose games. And little things to me are things that nobody's talking about before the game. Nobody's going to come up and say, get those charges or block out or get a great hand point on the shot. Everybody's thinking points, but you got to have points. You absolutely have to have them, but you have to have all those little things too. And everybody, I love what Kai said because that's exactly right. Nobody takes what Nick does for granted. No, everybody knows what a sacrifice. I mean, his jersey in practice has these care marks in it. I noticed one day, I was like, why has he got those rips in the back of his practice jersey? And I was thinking, he's taking all these charges in practice. So, crack me up. But anyways, we will miss these seniors big time, big time.
Anything else? You guys good?